All right, it's a good morning here in Hong Kong. Let's just get right into today's market brief. Let's start with the wicks here on the daily. Wicks has come down quite a bit from that whole Iran war situation up here. So the volatility is quite much lower than it was in the past, which is a good sign if you are somebody who is interested in trading when the volatility is a little less, uncertainty is a little less. All right, let's look at VT. So yesterday's close was a little bullish. SPX as well, bullish. Again, I wonder how much this can run, or is it just going to stall here in this area for a couple of days, maybe until next week? RSP is not bullish. So this tells me, since SPX is bullish, this tells me mostly it's the tech that has been doing a lot of the work here. RSP, this is doing as intended, just waiting for this kind of to base or maybe pull back a little, and then could be a nice upside. Q's definitely strong. Okay, they're just pushing. And then the diamonds here are just stalling from yesterday. Okay, that's it for that. And so overall, I'm still quite bullish on the market. and But it's a matter of timing. Like, when do I want to get into the market? Over here, we have utilities right now. And again, utilities making its way down a little bit by bit. I like this support area here. That's an interesting area to see what's going to happen around that area. So overall, still down. It's moving down, but what's happening right now, no real clue. This one's in a low base here, consumer staples. It is dropped down and it's low basing, and this 50 moving average is like sloping down. EMA is kind of flat, so clear base here. I would look for opportunities to like get involved in some sell. Maybe if price can even come up here again and then sell, or even in these areas, just looking for sells to like slowly seep down. Initially, the targets would be here. If these lows cannot break, then price has nowhere else really to go but up. But for now, I would like to see more downside and then potentially even break even lower. Real estate is pulled back really nicely, actually. It's quite nice here at a it's meeting the 13 EMA right now. So I do like real estate a little bit better. And real estate seems a bit nice or to begin looking for some long opportunities, actually. And then we got consumer communication services. This is again at its highs. It pulled back. Same story with the rest of the sectors here. And right now, this is actually even looking stronger than real estate right now. Again, it's something to watch. I think since SPX, I feel like there is more time. Some more time can be given to it before the bullish run starts. Then we could kind of stick with that and say maybe we need to wait a little longer. Um, yeah, and then now coming into industrials, this is literally just basing up here. 13 moving average is sloping up and a little sideways at the moment, and then the 50 SMA is sloping down and kind of sideways. So this is more of a chop range. Like, I can see price being, somewhere maybe around this, within this range, perhaps. Price can stay inside this range, and that would be totally cool here. Tech, like, there we go. It's just tech. Tech is the one that's booming right now. It's just running. It is fairly extended away from the moving averages, so I do want to see some kind of base or pullback. That's what I'll be watching for on tech. But it is clearly very, very strong right now. And then materials is basically the same story here with materials. It is kind of just running sideways. And so not the strongest, not the weakest, just kind of sideways. Energy is slowly pulling back up. So after that pullback, and then now it's slowly making its way higher. 50 moving average is still sloping up, and the 13 moving average is still above price. But it is starting to flip, and it is going to be interesting to see if price can just from here maybe start moving higher. Um, but if it's down, then probably these lows are targets here. But overall, this looks quite bullish, especially if the whole market's running. This is also just a pullback and maybe some more higher prices. Financials from yesterday still weak. We are in this supply area. It would be interesting to see if this can like pull back. If the 50 SMA is still sloping down, so for me, I still have to technically consider this a downtrend. And in that case, selling from up here doesn't look that bad, to be honest. Um, but if this needs to go long, then price needs to stall here. If 13 EMA has to like kind of catch up with it, and then some bullish momentum, and then maybe this could be long, and these highs up here could just break. And then looking at healthcare, healthcare is quite weak. It has been low basing in this vicinity here. 50 SMA is down, 13 EMA is also trending down, and it has been basing for the past while. So now this does look very convenient to sell to the downside compared to anything else. And same story with consumer discretionary here. Same story here. This is 50 SMA, technically is sideways to tilted slightly up. 13 EMA is running and trying to catch up with price. So there could be a good entry when there is more distance covered between these two. And this could even be a high base to get long into. All right, that's about it for the actual stock market. Um, and then let's get into the baskets here. All right, we got New Zealand basket, which is basically at this supply area. We've been talking about this, where it's still down. 50 SMA is still trending down. There still can be a sell off. And so I'm rather watching this for the sells. And Aussie here is clearly high basing. It is at these highs. It is basing. I think this is just getting energy from this move. So this move pretty much used up a lot of energy. So I think this right now is just collecting energy here. And the 13 EMA is catching up. 50 SMA is sloping up. So it's a matter of when is it going to run. So when that run happens, the big run can really happen here. CAD looks quite bullish, to be honest here. 50 SMA is pushing up, 13 EMA is pushing up, price is pushing up, price is based for a day or two, and now we are still trying to push up at the moment. And so it is interesting to see what CAD can do. CAD can definitely get some higher levels. Looking at the cryptos, same story here. 50 SMA pushing up, 13 EMA pushing up. It is at this base, but now it's playing at the highs of the base. So there is another one of these supply areas up here. But if this can break and go, then I think there is a lot higher pricing coming in. At the moment, it is a little stretched away from the 13 EMA. So price can definitely come back down, pull back, or price can reach up, and price maybe just stalls a little bit in these areas. Japanese yen. All right, clearly downtrending. 50 SMA sloping down, 13 EMA sloping down, and price is it's really made a push. And right now, it seems like it either wants to base or either wants to pull back. So it's likely that price wants to just make a little bit pullback. So I would honestly try and get in anywhere on these pullbacks. I'm sort of selling from up here if price gets up there. That could be nice because then that's still with the trend. It's closer to the 13 EMA. And then looking at the yen, I mean the dollar, 50 SMA is still pushing up. So this cannot be considered really in selling territory just yet. 13 EMA is sloping down here still. So I still want to see this long, to be honest. I really do like the long idea with this because this is coming from a demand cluster here. 50 SMA is still pushing up. 13 is kind of trending down. But I would like to see if stretched away from the 13, kind of even like right now, this could be a good buying place. And then here would be a potential point. I want to see this 13 EMA like kind of slope like this and start sloping higher. That would be a lot more confirmation to like go long on this. And so US dollar does look a little bit bullish at the moment technically. With Swiss, I don't really even want to look at this. This is just so choppy, so many wicks, wicks, up, down, wicks. Um, it's selling off from the supply and then it's buying off from this demand area. It's just consolidating really. So you could trade this maybe, but you would be having to really be conscious of these wicks and kind of get out at the tops. All right. Looking at euro, euro continues to fall, still a flat 50 SMA. So still this is just a kind of selling from the supply and nothing much is really happening. Again, yet to see. Right now it is at the 50, so it's interesting to see what price is going to do here. 13 EMA is still above price and sloping down. So like getting into a buy right here right now, maybe, maybe not. This 13 EMA is going to be a clear area to watch and see how it responds to that. And then pound is still not really pushed higher, but it is still a technically uptrend because the 50 SMA is sloping up. And price is pretty flat right now, as the 13 EMA is suggesting. And so, a bullish candle maybe above here is pretty good. But even right now, just this price action here seems pretty nice to the upside. All right. And that's about it with today's market update, market brief. And yeah, catch you on the next one. This is the trading desk.